Hello น้องนาย
Hello.
Hi how are you
I'm doing fine.
Okay good so you return to school already yes
But I just turned to school. This is the second week of turning back to school.
all right okay so is everything okay
Yeah, everything is fine.
so everyone goes to school
But everyone go to school, but I have heard that some of the students have already got COVID
oh my god
in the school, but it doesn't go into like the cluster say yet. Just
right
one or two. Yeah.
right I have heard from some of my students said that they are doing the same as the previous years like the odd numbers and the even numbers they just take turn to go to school but there is no online so everyone is doing on site it's just that they just take turn to go but however they said that this is just on trial because the school want to see if it's going to work this way you know terrible isn't it so your school you still have to go every day Monday to Friday yeah
Everyone go Monday to Friday.
Right okay so how many students are there in your class
In my class, there are about 44.
huh
44.
24
44.
or 44 wow
Yes.
that's a big class isn't it
Yes.
wow all right so well 44 is quite a big number so do you sit like good enough I mean far enough from other students or the classroom like still arranged the same as before like last 2 years
And yeah, it's have to arrange like that. So because you have, if you like have to separate the desk, it would be enough for 44 students.
Right but everybody still wears the mask right
Yes.
right and how about when you go for lunch
Go for lunch.
yeah because
Um,
when you are eating you have to remove your mask right
yes.
so that could happen
Yeah,
anything
but
can happen right
they didn't do anything much about the lunch. So yeah, they acting like normal. Everyone. Yeah.
Right. Well, I just hope, keep finger crossed that nothing is going to happen to you. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and also your classmate as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Okay, Nong Nai.
Okay.
All right, Nong Nai. So what I would like you to do today is just to read this story. It's about the integrity. And then when you finish reading, actually I asked the other students to spell the words you see so that they learn the vocabulary automatically yeah but with your basic knowledge I believe that you know all the words already so there is no need to ask you how to spell the word right yeah I don't think you need to do that yeah because you are too good for that but however when you finish reading I would like you to tell me the a story about integrity whether it's the I mean it's the from your experience whether you experience doing that yourself or maybe somebody else did it and if somebody else did it and what did you do about this okay or if you did it was there anything happen what's the consequence of doing that. Okay, you can give me an example. All right. Okay. All right, Nong Nai, you can start when you're ready.
So, integrity, story by Andrew Finkel. Integrity is being pure, honest, and sincere. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is looking. There are many ways to show integrity. Kids started talking about John. Peter was John's friend. He could have laughed, he could joke along because John wasn't there to hear it. He didn't do that. Peter told the people to stop talking about John because it wasn't a nice thing to do. Peter had integrity. Jen liked to gossip. Candace was her best friend. Candace didn't like how Jen gossips. One time, the gossip was actually about Jane. Jen saw how gossip hurt people's feelings. Candace helped her to stop gossiping. Jane doesn't gossip anymore because it's not right.
Okay, very good. Okay, now I'm going to stop. I stop sharing the screen, and then you can tell me a story about integrity.
Okay, so my story about the integrity, it's actually a made-up story, but has some based on real life story a little bit because I cannot think of the full story like of all of my experience. So the story starts with this girl. I'm gonna give her name Sarah. So Sarah was a very polite and very strict person. She does everything that her parents told her to do. She go to have an extra classes every day because that's what her parents told her to do. And she had her one best friend that really closest to her. Her name was, what is her name?
Okay, suppose it's Jenny.
Okay, it's Jenny. So her best friend name is Jenny. She is kind of very outgoing and very easy living. So she not as strict as Sarah. So one time, Sarah heard her friend in her classroom talking behind Jenny back, and she thought, "Whoa, this is a really big thing. Should I tell Jenny or not?" Because the way that they got to about Jenny, it's about it's have a very poor family, and she doesn't deserve to be friend with us. Something kind of that, like, yep. And Sarah think about herself, like, should I tell Jenny this or should I keep it to myself? So all of the Sarah life, she has been very strict. She never lied even once. And what about this time? If she gonna do like she always had to do, like she tell the truth about what she have heard, or she's gonna keep it to herself because maybe it's gonna have better consequences because no one have to have heard to this. But she think, well, what if I let this pass through and maybe they're gonna be the next time and the next time and the next time. So she made me bold once this time. So she came up and go ahead to those gossiping gang and told, you know, this is a very not right thing to do. I think you should stop because you also don't want anyone to talk behind your back either. And well, they stop because they also think, well, I also don't want anyone to talk behind my back either. So they stop. And next thing Sarah has to do is she gonna tell Jenny or not? Because she also doesn't want Jenny to hurt toward this, because it's a very big thing. It's can be a very sensitive story for someone, in this case Jenny, because well, it's a real thing, but she don't know that if she can handle this kind of story or not. So she think to herself, like, in for so many days, is she gonna tell her this or not? And the day has come. Today, Sarah has to decide to what she gonna tell her. Are she gonna keep it to herself, or she gonna tell her everything? And turns out she told her this because she think, well, maybe it's a bad thing to hear, but if you hear this, you have experience, you know how to manage your feelings toward this. You have to know that even if it's a bad thing, it's true, nothing to be worried about. Everything is fine. If it's really you, it's you. And yeah, you just accept the way it was. Doesn't have to pretend to not be you. So yeah, she told her that, and everything turns out well. Yeah, thank you.
All right, okay. Thank you. So when the girl told the gang to stop doing this, was there any reaction or any feedback from the gang towards the girl?
Yes. So, well, she's came out of nowhere, and this thing, she also kind of overheard what they're talking to. So they consider it quite rude for someone to overhear their talking. So yeah, at first they, I think, very bad towards her, because, well, this one, in this case, Sarah, it's a wrong one, but later on, they kind of make up and everything, so now they're good.
Have you ever experienced that? It can be probably like your colleague. They were talking about you behind your back, and in a sudden you just walk past the group who were talking about you, and once they spot that you just passed by, and they just changed the subject. Have you experienced about that before?
I think yes, I have.
All right, so what did you do, and what was your reaction? I mean, their reaction.
I mean, so when I will pass by, they kind of act all the awkwardness, but I'm doing all right. I didn't think that this is a big thing, because it's had nothing to do with me. It's their mouth. I can't control them, but I can control my feeling. Yep.
And ever since, are you still good friends? Or they are not your friends?
Sorry?
Or they are not your friends?
It's a very long story. I didn't contact with them anymore.
Right. And the subject that they were talking, was it true?
Well, because they don't know, so it wasn't true.
Okay. All right. Okay, น้องนาย I really I really hate this, kind of thing that people talk about other people behind their back, especially when they talk about, something which is not true or something bad or something to hurt or harm or upset the person who they are talking about, right? This is very, very sad. It shouldn't happen, especially if you are kind of friends, whether you are learning together in the same class or maybe in the same group or maybe you work together in the same place, stuff like that. This is very sad. It shouldn't happen in this society, but like you said, we can't stop other people, right? We can't control them. We can't tell them what to do. What we can do is just, if it's concerned about ourselves, we just have to control our feeling and our reaction, right? Yeah, I experienced about this many times at work, but I just try to ignore it, because if I fight back, then that means I lower myself into their level, which is already low, and I don't want to lower myself into that lower point. You got my point, yeah? Yeah, so it's good that we don't answer back. We just have to ignore it and then move on, because we know who we are and we know what we are doing, right? Right? Okay, very good job, Nong Nai. Thank you very much. That's very good example. Okay, all right, Kap. Thank you. We'll go back to the lesson, yeah? Okay, thank you.